Welcome in, brand new live edition of SportsCenter. I am Doug Kazarian alongside Michael Eaves and the former Super Bowl champ, Jeff Saturday. You mentioned it, bad news Bears. Let's get right to it, Michael.
Yeah, because Chicago had won 5 straight games coming into this game. They comfortably atop the NFC North, trying to pad that cushion a little bit, but the Giants came out with ill intentions and trick plays, Jeff. What's up with Odell Beckham Jr. playing quarterback?
Look at him run up to the line of scrimmage. Everybody panicked that he's going to run it. Nah, draws the coverage up. Guess what? I'm going to drop it right over your head.
His second career touchdown pass, and then here, this is what he gets paid millions of money to do, catch touchdown passes. Fourth player to have multiple games with a passing and receiving touchdown, the first in 94 years. Giants up 10. Bears trying to do a little something of their own with the trick play.
Listen, great call by Nagy at the end of the game. Big play, big moment. He's not afraid to make it happen. Nice ball, nice catch.
Nice drive orchestrated by Chase Daniel for the Bears to get down here and send this game to overtime. In the OT, Saquon Barkley, the rookie, showing the skills, the speed, the awareness, the power, all that stuff. Huge run there that sets that Giants offense up. Now we get to 4th and 6, 44-yard field goal attempt. Aldrick Rosas, go-ahead field goal. Giants up 30-7. So now, can the Bears respond? 4th and 8. Got to get the first down. Time's running out as well. Daniel throws it up. And Janoris Jenkins, how about that one-on-one coverage? And the Giants hang on to win it by the final of 30-27. A lot of tension, uneasiness in New York around this football team right now in terms of the present, also the future, but a big win for them to take down the Bears in overtime, 30-27, and give it up for Saquon Barkley. 146 scrimmage yards, more than 100 yards from scrimmage for 11 times in 12 games, breaking a tie with Eric Dickerson for the most such games in a player's first 12 career games going back to the merger 1970. But with all that being said, one guy who's really happy, he had a couple touchdowns. His name was Odell Beckham Jr.
Honestly, I addressed the team at halftime, and I told them it's just something that I had to get off my chest. It's just I love these boys. Every time I put on a helmet, whether it's practice or a game, I'm going to give it my all, and I feel like I owe them to give them more, to give them all of me and whatever that can entail. So we drew a play up. I told Benny, I was like, I don't care what happens, I'm going to throw it to you. In a way, I feel like I let them down. When I came into the building today, it was just a different feeling, and I didn't know how to shake it. I just was trying to find a way, and I see these guys out here who are battling, and I try to give them my all. So when I talk to them, I'm emotional. I'm very in tune with myself. So as I'm speaking to them, it's just flying out. It's just whatever thoughts are coming out. I feel like they took the message well, and we're in this locker room with a good feeling.
Last week, OBJ said they didn't really like the offensive game plan for the Giants coming in. Maybe like this because he scored twice in 2 different ways. But speaking of scoring, a lot of people scored from out of position in this game. Tariq Cohen, OBJ, we showed you with the touchdown passes. We also didn't show you defensive tackle Akeem Nicks had a rushing touchdown. The first game of the Super Bowl era where opposing non-quarterbacks threw touchdown passes and a defensive player scored an offensive touchdown. Kind of bonkers. Well, Josina Anderson was there as she joins us now from MetLife Stadium. All right, clearly a tough loss for the Bears, Josina. What was it like in their locker room?
Well, Michael, I just want to rewind a little bit because just even before the game started, I have to tell you, they seemed like they were engaged, they were lit despite the sloppy conditions. Khalil Mack was one of the first guys out on the field right behind me doing push-ups in the end zone, getting his G.I. Joe on. Danny Trevathan and the boys were lit in the other end zone to the left, so they seemed like they were locked in. But that Bears locker room, Michael, that I just walked out of, you could tell that they were dejected, not just because they lost, but because they knew they could have done better. Danny Ogletree took the air out of the balloon, and I basically said, do you think that you played down to a 3-8 team? He said, it wasn't our best. We had a little leakage, but it's nothing that we can't fix.
Definitely not our best. We had moments of it. We just didn't perform the whole four quarters, which is what we need to do when we have tough games like this. On the road, a lot of stuff against you. You just you can't shoot yourself. You got to make your plays, and you got to win games like this. So
coming into this game, like our number one goal is, okay, we got to stop the run. We got to stop Saquon because he's been a nightmare to a lot of other teams' defense, and I don't know what he finished with, but I'm sure he was a nightmare to us. And so, if we can't stop the run, then then now they got the play action. They got everything else going for them. So I think that's kind of what kicked it off.
Well, the good news is that Bears cornerback Prince Amukamara said, we are a resilient team. We're not foreign to adversity. And he said a lot of the mistakes that we made were self-induced. And he said, even with the Rams next, we know that we basically can turn this thing around because those are things that we can look at the film and definitely correct. And when I asked Danny Trevathan, I said, does this team still have its confidence? Does it still have its swag? He told me very boldly, the swag is still alive because we are a swag team. Michael, back to you.
Yeah, they got too many dudes, especially the defense side of the ball, for that swag to ever go away. Josina Anderson there in New York. All right, so let's talk about this defense for a minute. Because if you would have told anybody on that Bears defense they were going to give up 30 points today to the Giants, they would have looked at you like you was crazy. So how did it happen?
And they should have looked at you like you're crazy. Listen, you got a backup quarterback in an away game. You've talked about how good this defense is, what they're all about. Right. You've heard them compared to 85 Bears, all kind of nonsense. You can't choke it up, and I said choke it up to the 22nd ranked offense in the league. Just a bad performance all the way around. And I'm going to show you how it started. First, it starts with confusion, okay? So right here, we're going to be on the goal line. Let me just paint the picture. It's 4th and goal. Right now, the Giants got the lead. You know you got to get a stop here. We're in bunch formation. They got a little bunch formation, but look how many of the guys are out of position for the Bears. We got 6 guys who are looking back, confusion, don't know where to go. Basically, Odell's going to run a shallow cross across. You're going to blitz from the side. The Bears get a blitz. What does Manning do? Manning bails, but he sees the entire time him all by himself. Here's who's supposed to be carrying him. Nope, nobody's carrying him. He's going to come wide open on the backside again. Manning does a really good job of just bailing out. Doesn't have to be a perfect throw. Just get it up and give him time. Touchdown, Beckham Jr. Again, bad play right here. Now, we talked about Khalil Mack and who he is. This guy is a phenomenal football player. Had an incredible year. Okay, so what are the Giants going to do? We're going to pull. We're going to get outside, but we're going to kick down on Mack. So watch as it starts right here. We're going to have a kick down. Again, you got a wrap out, another wrap out, but watch what happens to Mack on the edge. Can't set the edge. Guess what? You got a guy on the ground getting absolutely smoked. Again, blocked well here, blocked well here. Saquon, we talked about, you heard him. Prince talked about he's been a nightmare. Guess what? 5 yards to carry because you have an easy lane to go run in. There are a multitude of errors throughout this defense, whether it was alignment, assignment, or just lining up and getting beat off the ball. But my biggest issue with it is this is almost playoff football. You're talking about putting teams out. You're talking about clinching. You're talking about home. You're talking about
how is this happening now?
Absolutely. This is not the time of year. This is week 4 issues where you're trying to get them fixed. It should not be at this time of the season against a bad Make Manning beat you. Who has he beat all season? How you going to let Saquon beat you? I mean, it just makes no sense to me as a whole. This football team needs to go back, get back on the right page. I mean, you gave one away today, and that can end up costing you come playoff time.
And I can hear it already from Chicago. Maybe it was a trap game because they got the Rams coming up next. They're looking ahead, didn't take the Giants seriously enough. But again, the Rams also on the road today in Detroit.
With a chance to clinch the division.